or another one like it, and we're going to talk about, I don't know if I talked about validity and non-valid numbers. I call them tight fit and slop, but we'll talk about that in just a minute.
No, we didn't in this class.
Yeah, we didn't do that in this class. We did it in 120, but not in this class. So I'm going to put some numbers on the board, and I want y'all to go ahead and start with the actual computations like we did the other day. And I'm just going to put in, how many numbers did we do the other day?
8.
8. So I'm going to do 7 this time. And we'll just do something like ages or something. Bless you.
Thank you.
18, 18, 19, 21, or 20, 21, 23, and 30. All right, so what I want everybody to do on your, if you've got a laptop and you want to use a spreadsheet, that's fine. If you want to use paper and pencil, that's fine, because right now that's the only 2 things I want you to use. If you want to use a calculator, that's fine to do the basic math, but I don't want you to use a calculator to find all the statistics yet. I'll show you how to do that, and after I show you how to do it, then you can do whatever you want to do. Go ahead and let's go down the list. Mean, median, mode, range, mid-range, range variance, and standard deviation. Go ahead and get started on those. I'll go ahead and do the mean for you so you'll have it.
How many decimal places?
Ma'am?
How many decimal places?
What did she say? How many what?
How many decimal places are we going out?
Make it to the hundredths. So you want to carry it at least to the thousandths during the calculations, and then at the very end, round up or down to the hundredths. There.
21, 23.
I'm going to step out for a minute and, uh-oh. What happens at Meredith? Easley has a major problem going on up there. I don't know what's going on. Y'all keep working.
That's okay.
Uh-oh. Can you call us in? I'm trying.
Oh, so it's easy. There's only add 11 in the bottom. Okay. Yeah. Are you getting whole numbers? Most. Except for the meeting.
All right, I'm gonna call. I'm gonna call whichever one. Okay, Miss.
Hey.
Okay, we did. Put me on speaker.
Hey,
I just-
we're starting the computer again.
Okay, just stay. Just y'all do whatever y'all need to do, and I'll just talk. Okay.
Is the number. X is one first, and then
Hold on a second. Y'all got a question?
minus X bar. X bar is 3.
Okay, Easley's talking. Hold on. What'd you say, Easley?
Brian Schwartz is over here now, and he's getting in touch with somebody over there to see if we can't go ahead and divide
Yeah.
whatever we have to do.
I just wrote an email to Brian and Tim saying that the problem is at Easley campus.
And then try to
We didn't hear.
back X minus
Do 18.
X bar.
Then
Maybe that for every single number, then you add that.
Hannah, can you mute your mic right quick for a second?
You just push the button?
Yeah, just mute it on the screen.
all those remember?
And I'll tell you to come back on after I get through talking to Easley, okay? Okay, go ahead, Easley.
No, we've got it loaded up now. It should be loading in the Skype here as we speak, and then but as long as it loads up fine, we should be ready if you want to add us in hopefully less than 5 minutes.
What exactly are you doing? You bringing another computer in or what?
So after you.
No, we're just having to reboot this one again.
Okay.
Because this is another computer from the one yesterday, and it's still doing the same thing. So.
Okay. All right. Well, I just sent a quick email to Brian and Tim, and all it said was the problem is at Easley campus, and I thought that was I just let them know that it's still there, and hopefully they'll get on it, and somebody will fix that problem, and it looks like it's going to have to be a team effort to figure out what that problem is up there. Okay? Just tell me when y'all are back up, and then I'll.
We're working on it now. We've got it isolated.
Okay.
No problem is, and they're working on it.
All right.
Skype is loaded if you want to try to call in.
Okay.
I mean, that's. Lisa's not getting stuff on that splash. That was yesterday that made it.
Obnoxious. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm hanging up because y'all coming up. Thanks.
There you go.
Hey.
Hannah, y'all can come in now. Just kind of hard talking. I can't talk to two people at the same time, and it just drives me crazy. And that's one of my things that I just can't handle very well. So I think Easley's back up and ready to go. Okay.
All right.
I think it's Jeff. Whenever Jeff comes in, if everything works. So Jeff, just stay in the room and the whole time. No, thank you, Jeff. I appreciate it.
I don't want to ruin the mystique, though, because it'll probably stop working.
All right, so here we go. Range is going to be 30 minus 18. Mid-range is equal to the high plus the low divided by what?
2.
Divided by 2.
Hey, Easley, it's showing the door. Can you fix your camera?
They just need to talk and it should switch.
Okay.
Hello.
There they are.
Okay, never mind.
Yeah, that's what they have to do, to talk. And they're very quiet. Both Easley and Pendleton campus are a whole lot quieter than the Anderson campus. Variance, that's where we actually start with the x and the x minus, so there's x. And then the formula says x minus x bar. So that means on this one we're going to take the mean away from each one of these. And for you Skype people, Excel people, I'm going to freeze the mean. So I'm going to hit F4 and then copy that down. And y'all's numbers should look like these. Sounds like a rubber ducky, whoever does that. Rubber ducky, you're the one.
Why can't I have
X minus X bar, quantity squared. Now this makes everything positive. Why they did that?
that always?
There we go. Check your numbers.
How do you do that on Excel again, the x minus x bar?
X minus X bar right here. I
Yeah.
do equals. Up here it is, equals. And then 18 minus. And I go over here. And then I hit F4 as in Fox. And then enter. Now you're going to add those up. And that is your numerator for your variance and your standard deviation. So that number divided by n minus 1. And there's your variance. Were you able to get the x minus x bar, Miss Robinson?
Mm-mm.
All right, well, let's do it again.
My F4 is not working. I don't know why.
Okay, then you need to type it. Okay, you're still going to have to lock it. I don't know why it's not working unless you have to type Control F4.
I know I tried that too. It didn't work.
Try alternate F4.
I'm getting 10.797.
On what?
For the very top one,
Top one what?
X bar,
Did you get 3.29?
I got 3.286.
That's how my calculator did too. The decimal was off by the number.
3.286.
Go to mode and change your decimal to 3 or 4. You probably have it on 10 and it's not rounding to the third. So I said round to the third so you could round to the second at the end.
They go to mode.
You add them all up.
Miss Robinson, I'd have to see your keyboard. I don't know what kind of computer is that. HP or what?
Toshiba. It's like trying to change my screen.
I don't know. I can't help you on that. The only thing you can do is to type in 21.286 on each one. That's a pain in the butt, I know, but without looking at your screen, I can't. Ask the IT guy when he comes back in if y'all go back, or if easily, no, you can't ask, that's easily. Sorry.
They go to mode and do what?
Go to decimals or go to, what does it have, decimals?
As normal, float, radian, function.
Float.
Float.
And change it to 3. Can you change it to 3? And then try it then. Try the calculation then. And the standard deviation is equal to the square root. So that's going to be 17.905 raised to the what? 0.5 or 1/2 power?
It's still saying 798.
It says what?
When I do it, for the first one, it did 10.798.
Well, I'll raise it to the 4th and see what that does. I don't know why y'all are getting
One's
Yeah.
795.
796. And yours, okay, this is, I'm taking 18 minus 21.286. Tell me what you get.
Negative 3.286.
Okay, now raise that to the 2nd power.
Yeah, I'm not worried about it.
10.79.
That's weird.
That's weird, but you're not going to
10.798.
you're not going to be marked wrong, so not on that. What did y'all get for your first x minus x bar quantity squared? Did you get 10.796 or did you get 10.798? Easley and Anderson? Easley and Pendleton?
Well, I did that on the calculator and I got 1.49 or 429.
No, for your first x minus x bar squared, right here, look on my screen, right here.
Mm-hmm.
What did you get?
I got 10.796.
Okay, thank you. I just want to ask them, I don't know, the calculators are putting out different numbers to the thousandth of a decimal point, and that's not a big deal because there's tolerances on the homework as well as the test of about 0.001 or 0.002, so I don't think there's going to be a problem, and you can always let me know and I'll change it, but I don't know why the calculator's spitting out a different answer than
Yeah.
the only thing I can think is that the calculator somehow is keeping all 10 digits when it needs to be, if you set it for 3 or 4, it needs to be doing it to 4, but it's not doing it. I don't know. I don't know what the calculator's doing. But that's not anything major, okay? I got a standard deviation of 4.23. What'd y'all get?
I rounded mine to the second decimal, and so I got 4.2. Yeah, I got 4.23.
Right. That just all the square was added up.
Mm-hmm. Got that.
Okay. So now do your normal distribution. So that would be equal to the mean in the middle. And then what do you do to the right? What y'all,
Minus the standard
you
deviation.
on the right. Mm-hmm.
That's the imperial rule.
Empirical.
Imperial.
Well, no, the empirical rule is where you have the percentages in there. Okay? That's the empirical rule. I'll get back to that in just a second.
Okay. So what is this thing called that we're doing?
Normal distribution.
That's right.
How come? I put in 21.286.
Okay.
Equals negative 3.286.
How we doing Easley and Pendleton?
That's right.
Doing good.
Good.
Y'all ready to quit yet?
Mm-hmm.
It's easy to quit.
Hey. Hey. Okay. So.
You're telling it to round to the 100th, and I think that ours is not.
I think that's what yeah.
Hey. Okay.
It's not a major deal.
No. Can I show you something?
What?
It's in a bad mood.
I'm doing 18 minus 21.29 because I rounded it to the hundredth, and then I square it, and I get a totally different thing.
That's because of the rounding, yeah. You take 18 minus 21.286,
But
and then you
even
square it.
But even if I did it, but even if I did it with the 3 decimals, I get what they get.
Okay.
Isn't that weird?
I don't know.
I don't either.
I don't know what the calculators are doing. Where's my calculators? They're supposed to have calculators on here. They're not here. Oh, Lord. I got to get them to re-put that on there. Oh, well, that's not a big deal either. Okay. Now, going to give you something else to do today.
Wording?
Yes. It should be. Well,
I still remember hearing you talk about it.
Yeah.
yeah, I think I did. Yeah.
You hit it.
Make sure.
It's up at the top.
Yeah, I see it up
It's
there.
Thing.
Yeah. Okay. Now, there's something else I want you to know about, and that's the 5-number summary. You're going to see it later on, but I'm going to go ahead and show it to you. 5-number summary is real easy. Min and the max is on the bottom. I'm going to extend this a little bit so I can some notes right here. The first quartile, the second quartile, third quartile, now, the good thing is the second quartile you already have. The second quartile is also called the 50th percentile, or what? The median.
Did you just do the variance number square?
Did.
Oh, shoot. So he's some. No wonder.
The first would be minus 18 minus 19. Or 18 plus 19 and then divided by 2.
What are you talking about?
I'm asking how to find the first.
Well, hold on, let me get there.
Sorry.
I'm filling out the others, okay?
I like that.
All right, 30. All right, so there's the max and the min. Now, these are 3 things that you don't have to what? You don't have to worry about. So everybody should get the min, the second quartile, and the max. All right? Now, I'll go ahead and mark these so you see where everything is.
18, 20, and 30 is top, middle, bottom.
Mm-hmm. Now, 20 is right here. I think everybody will agree that 20 is right here, right? Everybody sees that. So how many numbers are above that yellow slot right there? 3. There's 3 numbers right there. To find the median of an odd number, what do? No, that's even.
Add them up and divide them.
That's even odd, what do? There's
Use the
three.
middle one.
You just pick the middle one, so there's your second quartile.
But
So,
if they're even,
Wait,
you add 'em up
second
into
quartile or first quartile?
first quartile, sorry.
Okay.
So I'm gonna put 18 right here.
Yeah.
If,
23 on the other one, right?
I'm sorry.
Wait until I get finished. Okay. Equals that. And that is that. Oops, I hit the wrong button. There. And that is that. Now, how many are below the yellow 20?
3.
3. So you find the middle one there,
23.
and that's that one. And now you have your 5-number summary. Now, if by chance you had 4 above the yellow 20, what would you do?
The average of.
You'd average the 2 middle ones, just like a regular median. So if you really get down to it, what is the first quartile? The median of the top portion. I can't spell portion right. How you spell portion is O-N. I suck.
So if there's 4 above the median, would you add those up and divide by 4 or divide by 2?
No, you would take the middle 2. You'd find the median of the 4 above.
Okay.
And the third quartile. The third quartile is the median of the what? Top.
Your gas tank, you know, you have like 8 little chichicas on there. It would be figuring out how much
That's
gas mileage you get per
Yeah.
chica.
Mm-hmm.
Chicos?
Now that's your 5-number summary.
I like your
Okay. So you need to know that, because that's later on. But now, if you do all of these things during each homework problem, I'm not talking about student. If I'm talking to the student that says, "Oh, Easley's down again," they're gonna have to fix this. The Russians are invading.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
I can. We have one screen. Pendleton is not working. I can still
Okay.
see you.
Hold on.
So
I'm scared to remove you and bring you back in, but I'm gonna try it.
They're okay. Well, they don't need to see us. Just need to see
No, I'm one of these people. I want it to work. I think I know what's happening. Somebody.
Do you see the?
I think I know what's happening.
just
Mm-hmm.
you are. It won't be doing it.
Hey, it says you're offline again.
Yeah, we're frozen.
Okay, what's happening, especially with Skype, is that there's something wrong with the settings in Skype. What happened to Pendleton? Hannah?
Pendleton went, actually threw out, we didn't say anything because we figured we could still see you, and then, you know, we could still see what you were doing on Excel, but pretty much ever since we've been back up, Pendleton has been, you know, let me take a picture of it for you and send it to you so you can understand. That screen had been really glitching.
Yeah.
And it had been that way for a while,
But it's only with y'all because Pendleton hasn't flickered for us. I mean, Pendleton has been clear as a bell all morning. There's something going on up there, poltergeist. Like I said, something up here at the Easley campus. Y'all got something going on up there. Y'all need to pay the power bill.
No, what I think
He said it was because of they updated the phones and stuff. Maybe it's messing with their network.
Internet,
Yeah, I think it is. I think something's going on up there.
I mean, maybe not their internet, but maybe just the software in general.
Because they're seeing things that we're not seeing with Pendleton.
Right. I sent you a picture of it. It won't send until I hang up the phone, probably. But at least so you have an idea. But yeah, I'm not really sure what you want us to do now. I mean, I would
just go ahead and reboot. Well, as long as we're keeping communication, we're good. Okay. So go ahead and reboot, and just hold on a second.
I guess I'll do this myself because I don't really want to bug him again if I don't have to. Okay, we're restarting the computer now.
Okay. I know.
Okay.
We'll wait for y'all before we move on.
It's just taking its time.
That's fine.
It's good one.
The main thing is we're trying. I appreciate y'all being patient.
It's just that.
I mean, we have plenty of time. We're not going to be rushed at the end because I'm probably not going to do a lot of chapter 10. So
Yeah.
we're going to have time. They said that the speech class is really having a hissy fit, and I'm like,
Have you met the speech teacher?
I know him.
Who is it? William Lane?
I know his name is Christoph.
I took speech at the Pendleton campus.
But they said they're having mutiny in that class.
About this?
Yeah.
Why?
And I'm like, this is a convenience for the student, and you're going to complain about it? You know, there's an old saying, beggars can't be choosers.
For real. Okay, we're back up. It's just taking a minute to load.
That's fine.
I would use all of that.
I don't want Zach to be left out. Zach, you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay. Now Thursday or next Monday when we have problems, I'll call your phone every time there's a problem. I don't want you to feel left out, Zach.
He said he's good.
Okay.
It's back up.
Okay, we may be able to get in again. So.
Okay. Yep, there you are. And hopefully you'll come in again, and we'll just have to bring you in 4 or 5 times. All right, I'm hanging up. Hopefully it'll work.
Okay, cool.
Bless her heart. Hannah, thank you all for being patient.
Yay!
There they are for the 3rd time. I'm going to try one more thing. Still not on. Okay. I was going to try to bring in one of the.
Can he get this?
Nope, they're not on. Oh well, don't worry about it. Okay, so now we've got the 5-number summary. Now what can you do with the 5-number summary? What's wrong? What's wrong, Zach?
We can't. I can hear you. We can't get your video up.
Oh, we're trying to get the video. Oh, there we go. I got it. We got it. We're good.
Okay, we're gonna go with whatever y'all can get. We're not.
I can't. We can't see you, but we can hear you. So.
How about the presentation? Can you see it, or is it frozen?
They can see.
Yeah, Excel.
No, we can see the. We can see the
We just
Excel.
can't see you.
Okay. Well, let's just keep going for right now.
Okay, that's fine.
I think there's a streaming / network problem y'all are having up there. Okay, so here's the 5-number summary. So now let's draw a box plot. Box plots are coming off of a 5-number summary. So what is a box plot? Well, we take our
Flipper.
What was that?
I slid my laptop in a minute.
Okay, Zach is now going to be called Flipper. Like a dolphin. Okay, let me go to my handy dandy whiteboard and transparency. And I'm going to draw a number line. We're going to go back to the 2nd grade now. I'm going to draw a number line.
Getting scared.
I know. And we're going to put the men at the bottom. I mean at the left of it. Oh gosh, here we go with the stylus again.
Hey, it was working.
I know, but now we're streaming. So it's probably not going to work very well. Okay, the 18 goes here. That's supposed to be 18, but it sucks. Yes, this has to do with streaming.
Let's try to be positive.
Max goes up here. Midpoint goes right here, which is your mid-range, which is 24.
You mean 20?
Mid-range,
Oh.
24. Okay? Now make a note. Everybody needs to make a note in your notebooks right now. The mid-range is the middle of the number line. Okay? That's one of the biggest points of the mid-range. In algebra, you called it the midpoint. Okay? Or that's where the midpoint comes from, is the middle of 2 points. Now, you can find the mid-range of the mid-range of the mid-range of the mid-range. In other words, keep finding the middle. What's 24 plus 30? 54. Half of 54 is 27. So 27 goes right there. And now you can say, okay, 24 to 27 is how much?
51.
I mean, 24 to 27 is 3. So subtract 3 on this side, and that'll be what? 21. And you can keep finding the middle of the middle of the middle to graduate your number line. So I'm on, what's 18 to 21? 3. Half of 3 is 1.5. So that's 19.5 right here. And I'm not going to write it because it's not going to write it. It's too big, too small. That's 19.5. And then 22.5. And then so on. So now, how many times do you need to graduate it? That's up to you. Because now we're going to plot the 3 things right there, and right there. So the box of the box plot is the 3 percentiles. So I'm going to take a, I don't know if I've got orange on this thing, but I'll look and see. Yep. So orange There's the orange, and we're going to put a 18. There's 19.5, and this is 18, so the box is going to be right there. There's the beginning of the box, and then the yellow is going to be 20, which is about right here, and then the 23 is green, and that's going to be right in here. And then I'll take a black marker and I just have to hit everything about 6 times. And there's your box plot. Now, on your homework, it's not going to have the colors, but what I'm trying to show you is the only 3 things that you use for the box plot is right there for the box. Okay? The other stuff, the min, the max, and the midpoint, mid-range, they're all construction of the what?
Parameters.
Yes, or the number what? Number line. So you need to make that distinction in your brain housing group that you got 2 parts of the box plot. You got the box and you got the number line. And you got to do the number line first so you know where the box plot goes. Okay? And of course this is your normal distribution. Now if I was to ask y'all, and this is a question Miss Grant brought up, Roberts Grant, she said that's the empirical rule. Not necessarily, all right? The actual doing of this and doing the drawing, that's the normal distribution. When you start guessing at the percentages, that's the empirical rule. The empirical rule says this is 2.5, this is 2.5, this is 13.5, this is 34, this is 34. So if I asked you how many people in the class are below the age of 25, then you would say, okay, there's 2.5, 13 plus 16 plus 34 is 50. 50 plus what? Here's what I just asked. I just asked for below 25. So what's 50 plus 34?
84.
So you would say by the empirical rule that 84% is less than 25. Now later on, we're going to do change this into a z-score, and you're going to get a more detailed calculation. But that's rule of thumb. That's just rule of thumb, looking at it and saying, okay, 3/4 of a tank or more is less than 25. Yes. There goes Flipper again. Yes, what was your question? All right, who's got a question on what we did today?
You know what my question is what are going to be the questions for the answers? Like when we go into my math lab, they're going to ask what's the mean, what's the median, what's the mode, what's the right.
Yeah.
They're going to go.
They could ask for the mean and the median, or they could ask for they ask for different things. They're not going to ask for all of them. Okay. The reason I show all of this at one time is because I would rather show you all of it 10 times than pieces of it here and there. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather show you how to find all of it and then go over it each time, and then that way you can use whatever you want to whenever you're asked for whatever. But most of the time, this stuff right here, let me use another color, blue. This stuff right here, really, let me just do this. I do better with the mouse, as you can tell. Why is it doing that? That stuff right here, that's pretty generic. In other words, most of the time you're going to need to find some of this in your homework or your test. This, I believe this is in, you can look in your books, I believe it's in 3.4. This is in 3.4. Standard deviation, I think, is in 3.3 or 3.2. And then when we get to the z-score is going to be in 3.5. Okay? All right, so let's do one more. What time's class over? 9:30 or 10?
10.
Okay, we got plenty of time. Okay, let's do one that's got 8. Or not? How many did we do the other day?
8.
All right, let's do one that's got 10.
Okay.
I'm going to let y'all find all this stuff with 10. So the first thing I got to do is get rid of all this mess and move the mouse. There we go. And we're going to go with x or n is equal to 10. And then I'm going to use x. And we're going to say these are days out of the year that, I don't know, I'm just going to make up something. So go absent, people that were absent, no. Let's go with weights of students.
No,
Okay,
let's see how many
100.
My God. Why would you say such a thing?
I gotta think of something. I can't go with shoe sizes.
How many times you asked you called for pizza this year?
Okay, 120. I don't like Barbies. I'll say 120 is a good number. 130.
120?
I'm kidding. It's a joke.
Okay, it's funny.
140. 150. 160. 200. 250. Let's see, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 258. And then when we get through with this one, I want to show you something. I'm going to step out of the room. Miss Reinhardt and Miss Reinhardt here and Miss Bradley want to talk to y'all about Memorial Day.
We don't come to class. Don't come.
Nobody comes or Skypes in on Monday.
Because if nobody's here, he can't teach. And if nobody's here, none of us are going to be counted absent.
They better not show.
Is that okay?
Yeah.
In case you guys don't know, he's a veteran, so it's kind of a political stance, I guess, that we don't get this federally recognized holiday off. But don't come.
Okay.
That cool?
Yeah.
Nobody come. Alright?
Got you.
I'm down.
Alright. Because I'm going to be at the lake, and I really don't want to leave.
I feel ya. I support that. It's all good.
Hey, yeah.
You going to Party Island?
No. Well, okay, so I have, well, not me, but my boyfriend and I have a lake place, and it's like a campsite.
Nice.
And
There might even be water in it now.
Yeah, because we've had all this rain.
oh yeah, there's a lot of rain, or a lot of water. So we have this like place, and I don't want to leave.
I'm sorry, I had to step out. Did y'all have y'all's discussion?
Yes, we did.
Yeah, I can't teach class if nobody shows up. So,
Yeah.
and then when nobody shows up, I go home, especially on Memorial.
Hey, Teach, our screen is starting to do that weird thing again. So, I mean, I can still see Excel and all that, but we can't see anybody else. I mean, I can still hear you, so it's cool, but...
Can you still hear us?
I can hear everybody. I just can't see.
Our screen is like Purple.
Yeah, no, I see it. He's not in here. Hey, their screen is doing something weird, but they said just to leave it because they can still hear us and still see Excel.
Okay.
Cool.
All right. So I'm just going to go over here and fill out everything while y'all are working. I just talked to the director, and he said they are on the phone with the head honcho, not only of IT, but they brought in the IT head honcho and the head honcho of the server in the Pendleton campus in the library. So they've got them working together. They're going to figure this issue out. And the guy that's over in the library, he's the head of the IT over there, and he's been with Tri-County Tech for like 25 years, and he knows his stuff. But he stays over there in the library because he keeps all the servers. He keeps all them servers happy over there. In other words, that's all his job is, to keep those servers and to do the programming for the servers. So if they call him in, that means they want it fixed now. So they're going to get on it.
Yeah, so whenever we went back on, we couldn't see any campus except Pendleton, but now, well, you see, but it just goes back and forth between doing that.
Yeah. Hey, Brian, what told me that it was easily campus is when you told me, I think, Meredith, you told me that you couldn't see Pendleton campus, or Pendleton campus was fishy or something.
Right.
And Pendleton campus hasn't done anything. Pendleton has just been clear as a bell all morning. So that told me that the problem was at the Easley campus.
Hubert, we've narrowed it down. What it is when they upgraded our phone system last week, it's turned on a switch on the firewall. And so it's basically what it is things travel across the internet in packets. I'm not going to give you a whole IT lesson, but it travels in little packets, like everything's wrapped up in an envelope.
Yeah.
And what it's doing is it's limiting the number of envelopes that's traveling through the mail out and back.
And it's making Skype freeze up.
Yeah, like I can see right here in Pendleton, like I know that they've got a steady stream, but I can see the screen here. It's like pixelating. Where the young lady is with the jacket here with the checkered colored book bag.
Miss Robinson, yes.
Yeah, so I can tell. So we've got folks working on it. I do apologize. This is just part of getting some technology up and going, and so.
Well, you're going to hit when you offer something like this for the first time. You're going to hit some bumps in the road, and that's what these are, bumps. It's nothing major.
Yeah. No. This is just all it is a switch on a firewall that we're trying to figure out why it keeps turning on. So we're working on it. So, thank y'all. Sorry for the problem, but we're gonna get it worked out.
All right, range, mid-range, variance, and standard deviation. Miss Bradley, I hate Barbies. I was just kidding. I like I'm partial to the Redneck Girl. You know that song by the Bellamy Brothers, Redneck Women? I think that's what it's called. And then somebody else has one. It's either Charlie Daniels or can't think of it. Redneck. Hank Jr. Hank Jr. has one of.
5 years old with a and he was riding around on a tricycle in this huge circle. He was singing, "Give me a red."
That's it. That's it. Redneck girl got a name on the back of her belt. That's a cute line. Alrighty.
Why?
Okay, so the average is 10. That's wrong.
Ariel.
You suck. Okay, let's do that.
I don't think
again.
that's right, Hubert.
It's not. I don't know what it did there. Maybe we having some issues. Okay, there we go. Divided by 10. Goes 162.8.
That's what I got. Now, 162.8, not 80, just 0.8.
That's what it says. X minus X bar. Yeah, if y'all think about it, last week y'all didn't have a problem. So it has to do with the phone.
Yeah, so, like the first day was the best day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I bet they were putting the phone, I bet they were redoing the phone system that Wednesday when it froze up that time.
Makes sense.
I'm gonna be singing that song all day now.
So for my son, I got, let's see. It's a really big number. 130. Okay. Is that? I got. I think it's. But it's like. Other numbers is and then, yeah, that's not the same at all. Not right. Oh. Alright, I gotta do this again.
I got a standard deviation of around 55. Anybody got that far yet?
Nope.
Okay, keep going. Is that what you got? Okay. Yep.
Can you tell me? Can you show me how to type in the variation again for the Excel?
Yes. The variance.
Yeah, I said variation.
All right. What I do is I get a summation of all of these x minus x bar 40 squared. So I hit the summation right here, and then I go over here and I highlight all of those. And then I go up here, sorry, and I divide parentheses, and then I click on the 10, which is the n, and then I hit minus 1, close parenthesis.
B26. I got that. Where's the B26 coming?
It's right there, the n.
The N, okay.
So it's basic, is it the average?
What?
You call it that?
What are you asking?
Is it the mean of the x bars squared?
Is what the mean of?
Tell me how you get the variance without talking about witchcraft. Just say these are the numbers.
You add all these up.
That's right.
Oh.
and you divide by n minus 1,
N minus 1?
which is 9.
9.
Mhm.
Okay.
Anybody else have another question?
Sometimes I have to tell him that. No. Don't talk about witchcraft. Just talk about
Non-Excel.
Talk about numbers.
I'm not getting it right.
You're not getting it. Who said that? Oh, Miss Robinson. What's your number? What number are you getting?
2742 on my variance. 0.56.
All right. Let's check this right quick. Let's get a total here. And let's see what that number is. Because I know you know how to type in 9. So there must be a problem here. Do a summation of your x minus x bar.
Okay.
Quantity squared and see if you get 27,425.6.
Yeah.
Okay,
That's
then
what
you're not typing something in right. So go over here and instead of variance, instead of all that stuff, I want you to type in equals, click on that 27,000 and divide by 9.
Okay. Okay.
Did that work?
Yeah, it worked.
I think what happened maybe when you did yours, I think you might have left out a parenthesis or something. All right,
Gotcha.
I'll do it one more time for you. Auto sum, and then all these numbers, and then I go up here. Wait a minute, hold on, something. Let me hit it one more time. Auto sum, all these numbers, and then go up to your line up here. Divide by parentheses, and either you can just do 9, close parentheses, and hit enter, and see if that gives you the same thing. I think you might have had a parentheses out of place. But either way, you can get the answer now. Yes, ma'am. What's your question?
Okay, with this, with this one, since it's in the middle of these two, would you count these?
I'm going to get to that in just a second. See, the middle is right here between the 140 and the 150. So you count the 140, so you're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you just click, you just look at the middle. Yeah.
I was just making sure.
Yeah, and I go through, and on the 5-number summary, that's why I'm doing 10, because I put a little mark right there where the middle is so you can count. Did you get it, Miss Robinson?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, good.
I did.
I think you had a parenthesis out of place. All right, 5-number summary. And then I'll do the normal distribution down here. What I'm doing is I'm going to go ahead and fill out this stuff, and that way you can check your numbers as you get it. What's the matter? Okay, Pendleton campus, where y'all at? As far as, you got the 5-number summary, where are y'all right now?
Doing the 5-number. I'm doing.
Okay, 5-number summary. Meredith, what y'all doing?
Hey, we're on the same page.
Yeah, we're with you.
Okay, and how y'all coming?
I'm good.
5-number summary?
The line.
Okay. All right. I'm going to give everybody about 2 more minutes. And then I'm going to go into the 5-number summary and show you what to do on that. And then I'm also going to show you something else. What? I'm just getting ready. Whenever y'all leave, I need to pull up the news. That's how I get news. Because if it's important enough to hit Facebook, it's important for me to know. I don't watch local news because it's a joke. Let's go out and see how many people we can scare half to death.
Like 120.
And if you do watch the news, you're misinformed. If you don't watch the news, you're uninformed.
I watch the national news. I just don't watch the local news.
Do you add standard deviation? Well, for this one, you don't.
I add the standard deviation on each one.
How do you do the midpoint and max?
Okay.
Second
Now,
one is
the 5-number summary. I'm going to put a dot.
no. The second one is
I'm going to put a blue dot right here. Because that blue dot represents what? The median, right?
Yes.
If you was to graph 145, it would be between the two, 140 and 150. So how many numbers are above the yellow the blue dot? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Odd or even? Odd. So that means you pick the middle.
120.
And that will be your first do-jigger.
First do-jig?
Yep.
Should I write that down?
Yeah, you write it however you want to write it. Thingamabob. All right, how many numbers? And it'll be the same, 5. And the middle is 200 with a T. And that will be a color of, I don't think I've used a green yet. There we go. And there is your 5-number summary. Take our handy dandy stylus that will work some of the time. $258. This works so much better with a board. And 100. And 145 in the middle. And between 145 and 255 is what? 110. Half of 110 is 55, so 55 plus would be 200. So about 200's in the middle. Now, do you have to be exactly to the 10th on the number line? No. You don't even have to be to the whole number. Just get somewhat of a graduation. What's the difference between 100 and 45? 45. Half of 45 is what? 27.5?
22.5.
22.5. Is that what y'all said? Yeah. 22.5. Yeah. So the half of 22.5 is what? 11? Oh, I've already did it. 22.5. So this would be 122.
Which one is the middle? Because you said use the mid-range,
Yeah,
not the median.
179.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm sitting here like
I'm on the wrong thing. I'm sorry.
okay. Everybody has those times.
I think I'm just going home. See y'all later.
Bye.
Drugs. I'm sorry. It's the drugs. I'm sorry. All right. So
I just did
okay,
the mid-range between
179.
I got 179.
yeah.
There. Okay. Then half of 79 is what? 30.
139.5.
Half of 79.
39.5.
Okay. So that'd be 140. And you can put 139, you can put 140, you can put 139.5. I don't care. The only reason for the number line is what?
For the
So you can do your box plot. That's why. So, and somebody give me this number because I don't know what it is.
218.5.
So 219 would be good. And there. So now I'm going to take orange, and it'll take me 15 minutes to get it to work.
And what is the box plot good for?
It shows you basically the normal distribution also. And I'll show you in just a second. All right, so 120 is going to be right in here.
Well, he can kind of round it up.
I just don't understand why it won't do what I tell it to do. I don't understand why it takes 3 times for me to...
It's still not on orange.
It's not?
Look, go back.
Oh, to hell with it. And then 145, I'm getting tired of fiddling with it.
The mean to the variance.
And then 200 be sitting here.
Have the mean in the middle, and then you add the standard
So
deviation.
the box plot's going to look something like that. And basically it says that a little bit is falling on, so here's middle, right? So you would say that your the curve of the data, this data right here, Miss Grant, this stuff right here, the raw data is looking something like this, which means it's a little bit left of the center, so that means it's skewed what?
Skewed right.
Skewed right, which means you got a bunch of people who either don't eat in the classroom or there's a bunch of women in the classroom.
That's what I would say.
All right? Why? Because most of your lighter people are less than the average or the median.
Is this how you would figure a grade curve?
Yeah, that's it. Now, that means right here, if this was grades, then that means that either the class sucks or the teacher sucks or both. If these were grades, because here's the average or the middle. Now, that depends on the tightness of your data. And the 103 students learned this yesterday, so
We
the
are
couple...
103. You mean 120?
Yeah.
The 120 students learned this yesterday, but I'm going to show it to y'all today. Now, how do you tell if your data is valid? This thing is working a whole lot better. Except when I change something.
We're going to change it.
Well, it's easier said than done. Nobody can see, that's not a good color to write in. Anyway, let me see what it does now. Let me do this. Let's change it. I got to hit it 5 times. And then change it to black. And put it right there.
Look. Still.
Well, I don't understand why it won't.
Okay. There you go.
How many times I got to hit it? All right. Now, valid. I'm not going to use the word valid. I'm going to use the word type. Okay? And for not valid, I'm going to use the word slop. Okay? And I usually go into a discussion about what the difference between tight and slop is. But I'm just going to use something simple like pants. All right? You've got two pairs of pants at home. One's a pair of pants that is tight, and one's a pair of pants that is not tight. And most of the time, if you go out, you're going to wear the pants that are tight. If you're going to go out and be at a graduation for 36 hours, it feels like, or a wedding for 40 hours, it feels like, then you might want to wear the loose pants. All right? There's two different types of pants that you wear. There's the tight pants, and then there's the not tight pants. That's what I'm going to use, okay, to get that in your brain. All right? Now, valid means that your data is in sequence. In other words, it's in sequence, it's coinciding, it's in a good order, it's not all over the place. You can also say the variation is not there, okay? Whereas the sloppy data is all over the place. Now, how do you tell that? Well, you tell that by your measures of tendency. And the measures of tendency is basically how close center is. How close center is. Now, I'm not going to do any more on this page because I need to go back to the numbers, because the numbers will show you what I'm talking about. So let's go back to the numbers. I'm trying to figure out where is the actual. See how many times I've hit. Took me like what, 8 times to get this to come up. And I don't understand why it's taking that.
I think it thinks you're hovering.
Hubert's not much of a hover.
No, I'm not. No. I don't hover over anybody, especially my kids. All right. What in the world is that? Who them microphones are? I hate to hear what we sound like. Okay. Now, look at the data right. I'm going to take my handy dandy highlighter. I have to hit it like 8 times to get it to work. There we go. And I'm going to color it. There we go. And I'm going to highlight in a different color because I've already using yellow. Magenta. Okay. Let me hit it 8 times. And let's see if that works. There we go. All right. We good? Now, I want you to highlight the mean, the median, and the mid-range. Now, this is when you're looking at validity. I also want you to look at the standard deviation, because the standard deviation tells you how wide it is from one point to the other. If your standard deviation is high, then you're going to have a wider what? A wider curve. If your standard deviation is low, you're going to have a what? Smaller curve. So I want you to all look at these numbers: 163, 145, and 179. Now, those numbers are not too close together, but look at the context of your Data. What is the context of your data? What are we measuring?
Weight.
Weight. So you're not talking about shoe size. You're talking about hundreds of pounds, right? If you were talking about the weight of your cars, then the center would be, the difference between the center would be greater because the numbers are what?
Greater.
So you got to put yourself in context of the numbers. If we're talking about shoe sizes, then probably the mean, median, and mid-range are going to be very close together because the numbers are small numbers. These are fairly close together a little bit, 163, 145, and 179. It could be better, but considering that we're talking about hundreds of pounds, then there's a difference. Now, let me show you what I'm talking about. Let's go use some different numbers. Now, I don't want you to write anything down. I want you to look at the numbers that I'm fixing to put in. And I'm just going to say these are shoe sizes, whatever. All right? 8, 9, 10, 11, 11, 12, 12, 12, and 13. Okay? Look at your three numbers over here. Look at your three numbers. 10.6, 11, and 10.5. Is the data tight or is the data slop?
Tight.
It's tight. Why is it tight? Because those three numbers are very what?
Close. Yeah.
Standard deviation is very what? Small. Now, I'm going to put in, let's say there's a chick in the class, she has a size 3 foot. Or she got her foot cut off with a lawnmower. The reason I say that is my foot got cut with the lawnmower, bush hog, okay? And I've got a scar on the side of my foot that goes from the top of it all the way on the right side, all the way down to the bottom. My foot was basically, I could take my foot and I could do this with it.
Oh my gosh.
When I was like 23 years old. Anyway, it took like 52 stitches or something like that. Anyway, I wasn't making fun of somebody. My foot is that way, okay? I don't want anybody to have to go to a safe space or something. 17. Let's say somebody has a 17 foot. I don't even know if there is a 17 foot. But anyway, 17 foot. Watch what happens to your numbers. What happens to your numbers?
They're still tight.
They're tight, but not for these numbers because these are single and double digit numbers, and you got a lot of difference here. Not much here, but you still got a lot of difference. But look at the standard deviation. What's it doing?
Going up.
It's climbing. It's going up. So our data is still tight, but you see something going on. All right, let's put a 5 and a 6 and let's make that a 8. Look at the middle. What's the middle doing? It's not staying together. Why? Because your data is not. Now, the whole purpose of me showing you this is to tell you that when you are dealing with statistics, you have to take into context not just the numbers and say, okay, the numbers say 7.8, so everybody in the class is stupid. Okay? I'm just saying, making that up. You can't make one generalization like that because the numbers tell you a different thing. They tell you the context, they tell you the validity, and then they tell the numerical scores. So you have to take all three of those into effect before you come to a conclusion. All right? For instance, let's say that Zach comes into my office and he says, Hubert, I have not taken a math class at Tri-County Tech, and I graduated 3 years ago from Westside High School, and Westside sucks because I went to Westside. I'm making fun of it, okay? And he says, I only took 2 algebras in high school at Westside, and I don't know what to go with. My placement test says this, but I think I can do better than that. All right? Well, as an advisor, I cannot say, Zach, you should redo all your algebra and get started. Because of his, I don't do that because a good advisor won't do that. I look at three things. I look at his score, and I also say, Zach, what did you make in Algebra 1 and Algebra 2? And he says, well, I made an A in Algebra 1 and a B in Algebra 2. And I say to myself, I said, okay, the material's in his head, he just can't get to it. And then I take into the effect his other grades. I said, what did you make those years? And he says, A's and B's, A's and B's. So three things that I've determined. One is his test score says that he can't recall that material because it's a low test score. The second thing tells me that he was a very good student in math. And the third thing tells me he was a very good student in all. So as an advisor, I say to myself, okay, we need to do something because he's going to be bored to death in Algebra 1 and Algebra 2 because he's already had the material. So we got to do something. Now, the whole point of that scenario is that you wake Miss Robinson. Look, your head was down. I just didn't know if you were awake or not. The whole point of this scenario is that when you're advising a student, you don't just look at one thing. So when you're doing anything, especially statistics, you can't just look at the number that spits out at the end and say, oh, okay, that determines that blah. You can't do that. And you can't do that when you're interpreting a graph, or you can't do that when you're interpreting a poll. You have to look at 3 or 4 different things so you can get a contextual, however you say it, summary of the data. So hopefully you see that the numbers don't line up on some, and if you get some crazy numbers, I mean 3, 5, 6, and then you get let's go to 12, 12, and then 13, 15, 12, what I say, 12, I'm going to do 13 and 15. Okay, what is your numbers telling you there? We're starting to see a lot of movement again. So now, is the standard deviation? It's going to be bigger. You can already predict that, and you can also say, well, the 5-number summary. Well, is that still the 5? Yes, still the 5-number summary. So it looks like to me that it's skewed left now because all of your data is where of center. It's right of center. So that means it's skewed left. So you got a graph. If you want to do the raw data, there's the center. Your data is like that. So what would that tell you about the class?
Easy or exceptional.
What would that tell you about the class as far as the shoe sizes?
It's pretty big.
How much I got easy?
What? More men. What particular type men?
Big men?
Tall.
Like 18-year-olds, 19-year-olds.
And with big feet?
Start with A.
Adult men?
Nope.
Adolescents?
Nope. I thought you said the word, but you didn't. A-T. H.
Athlete.
Athletes. You probably got a a class full of athletes.
We don't have a lot of that here.
Missing the point. See, I just came up with a speculation based on numbers. And when you start seeing that, that's when you start seeing how mathematics can, do things that, and if you say, well, there's a lot of big-footed people in there. Okay, well, we're just going to send you to Redneck College, okay? I'm trying to get you to see, the perspective. There's different perspectives to looking at the data, okay? All right. Now, that's 1, 2, how many did we do today? 3? 2.
Yeah.
And you did one the other day, so now you got 3 problems that you can work on. I don't forget what, is this 103? 6.1, okay? So you can work on 6.1. Do I already have 6.1 open? So you should be able to finish it now. Let me look at it right quick and make sure I've covered everything.
I did it last night.
Okay. Okay, so I have covered everything.
Yeah.
All right. Oh, I'm already over anyway. I gotta take the roll. Thank you. Y'all gotta tell me. I forget. I'm sorry. Let me get the roll right quick and I'll let y'all skedaddle.
Thank you.
What?
Everybody's here.
Okay. Yeah, everybody's here. That's right. So y'all can go. Y'all have a good day, and I will see y'all when? Wednesday. I'll see y'all Monday. Y'all need to be here Monday now.
Bye.
Hold on a minute. I've got what I'm going to do.
Stop recording.
That's why I can't. Always.
Yeah, it'll be off.
Hold on. Let me stop recording first.